What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Venomcast. Sorry it's been so long. There was supposed to be off-season episodes. It never happened, obviously. But we're back. We're back. This over here is my guy, Kyle Zittle, my co-host. This guy down here, very, very special guest, face reveal of sorts, for the one, the only, Mr. Matt Schlosser, our points leader currently in Venom. Relatively new to the scene. I'd say this is your second season or third. No, this is your third season, right?
Yeah, third season.
Third season. So not as new as I thought you were, but that's good. Matt's awesome to be around. Me and him have spent a lot of time around each other on track this year, and it's been pretty good. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to have him on. It honestly it surprised me when. I think it was last season at some point I said something about like, if y'all have webcams, like you newer guys, love to have some of you on. And Matt messaged me and he's like, hey, if you ever like need somebody last minute, like let me know. And I was like, oh shit, okay. I didn't know Matt had a webcam. Like Matt's old Silent Willy over there during the races. He don't talk to nobody. He'll message you. It's all good. But no, Matt's a great guy. I enjoy racing around him. Like I said, I've raced around him a lot. Zittle, I'm sure you have nothing but sterling comments about Mr. Matt Schlosser.
Oh yeah, man. He's a great driver to be around. We've raced a whole bunch of places. Turn 200. We've been around each other. Venom. We've been around each other. ASRL. But yeah, he's one of the cleanest around. Never gonna have any problems with the old 04, 400, 4, any variation of the number 4 with a 0 around it.
Except for the last season, he was just straight up number 4.
That's true.
Yeah, that was too simple. I had to make it more complicated.
I believe a 2-time race winner, 2 road course victories in Venom, one at Watkins Glen, the boot at Watkins Glen. What was the other one?
Road America.
Road America. That's what it was. I wasn't 100% sure, but that is what I thought. Obviously, Schlosser, very handy on road courses. And yeah, let's get right into it. I'm excited to learn more about you because, like, I've always, like, it didn't surprise me. I shouldn't say it surprised me because I know you ran, like, the Daredevil series and stuff like that, and road courses are a big part of that. So I wasn't surprised to see that you had speed on road courses, like when you first joined, because obviously when somebody joins, it's like, oh, who's this? Like, and it was kind of new to us that like people were joining from like other leagues that we could watch on Turn 200 and stuff. Shout out one of the sponsors of the show. But yeah, so how did you get started in sim racing? Like, what kind of racing would you say is like your like go-to style of racing? Like for me and Zittle, obviously it's asphalt ovals, but is yours any different, or how'd you get started?
Yeah, I mean, I got iRacing in 2018 and started out doing like a good split between like pavement oval and road course stuff, like the MX-5 Mazdas and
Hell yeah,
the ovals, like the street stock. So I kind of like learned oval and road racing simultaneously and just kind of like enjoyed them both equally and just kept doing them. And once they added dirt like following year or something, I got into that a little bit too, but that's a whole different animal. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big dirt fan. I suck at it, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you started, did you play any of the like older like I know a lot of guys, I say a lot of guys, like I know a handful of guys in the league or other people have gotten their start on like NR 2003. Did you do anything like that beforehand, or was it like the GameCube, PlayStation, NASCAR games?
Yeah, it was the console stuff. I never had any type of PC racing game. I played like Forza Motorsport. I played all the NASCARs. I played Gran Turismo. And then finally, like, was like, all right, I need to figure out what this iRacing's all about because this looks cool as hell. And then had to get like a actual computer for it because I tried to like set it up on like a crappy laptop and it just like stuttered and wouldn't even work. So I had to like spend some money on that, and then that was it. I mean, I've been racing almost like it feels like almost every every other day since. Like, it's just awesome. It's my number one indoor hobby, I would say.
That's exactly how I started too. I got it on a laptop and was running it just fine, and then they kept updating it enough and enough and enough that finally I would join. It was right at the start of the season. I was joining ARCA Daytona races. We would roll off the grid and everyone would disappear. I'd practically be out. And I emailed iRacing like 3 times, like, how do I fix this? And they said, well, you either have to run bare bones nothing, or you have to upgrade your computer. So yeah, I didn't race for like a year.
Did you start out with a wheel and pedals, or did you start out like on controller on iRacing?
I had a wheel and pedals. Yeah, I had the like standard issue Logitech like entry level one that's like solid. Like you could honestly run that forever. It's a really good wheel and pedals. I love Logitech stuff, but yeah, I never tried it on controller. I've heard some people can be kind of sneaky good with a controller. Like, I don't know. It looks you're attesting to that. You can make things happen with a controller.
Yeah, I used to be able to. Used to could.
Yeah.
So actually, that's kind of funny. So I was, people that watch Turn 200 will know, they'll know a name I'm about to say. But I was looking through. I just found out you can look at your certificates that you've gotten on iRacing. So like my first oval and dirt win are there. I got my first oval win like 2 days after I got iRacing on and I was racing on a controller. And I don't think it was actually him. I think it might have been his kid, but Rusty Schlenk, he's a dirt late model driver. It was either him or his kid. I beat them at Langley in a street stock on a controller. So that's pretty baller. And then my first dirt win came in the street stock at USA, and Michael DeTurk was actually in my race.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, for the people that don't know, he's like really good Lotus 79 driver. Kicked ass in Daredevil, especially like on the road courses that I saw. I thought that was hilarious. I sent a picture to Tommy immediately, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, it's so weird to go back and look. I think it's cool that they have the results. But yeah, I used to be able to do it on a controller. I would not want to do it now. It's horrible. It was like, I'll take my controller to have it right here. Actually, oh god, well, knock a bunch of shit over too. Apparently, but like literally, when you're steering with the left stick, if you can see it, you literally have to go like this. Like if you go like this, the fucking wheel freaks out, and it was hilarious to watch replays back. But it was like, yeah, I need to move on to like a wheel and pedal. So it was a mess.
Yeah. Well, respect to you for making that work, because I would never be able to drive on the controller.
I think I tried a controller once when I don't know what happened, but I had a controller and I did the exact same thing he just said. I just cranked it like I would any other racing game. And the thing just snaps, and I was like, "Oh,
you should try it just once to see what it's like." I think if you have a controller like laying around, you should definitely give it a go just one time, just to experience it, because it's an experience. It's an experience.
Maybe I'll fire that up for Kansas on Tuesday. Just cold turkey.
Jeez, somebody's gonna turn into Matt's freaking in card. It's gonna be
like why?
Yeah.
Why is Matt running so shit?
What happened? Man, it's been a Ziddle. You said you had some good questions for Matt. I want to hear these questions.
Well, I guess the first question is racing related. So we talk about how you get into sim racing and all that stuff. How much into racing were you growing up, like NASCAR or local stuff or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I was like, as far back as I can remember, started with NASCAR. Like my dad and uncle would watch, and as far back as I can remember, like 4 years old, I would be like watching and had the die casts and stuff. And I've always just been super into it, and would have loved to like actually properly race. Like got into like some kind of like bandoleros or like go-karts or whatever. But that just obviously that's not easy or cheap to do, so that never really materialized. But Yeah, but nowadays I'm just a huge racing fan of all types of motorsports. It's definitely my go-to thing for entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen you. If there's a racing event going on, I know your name is somewhere talking about it. I've seen you talk about IndyCar, F1, NASCAR. I mean, you're into everything.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
It's like
I
Chad
guess my
Stearns in
second question,
Vickers.
right?
Shows up.
Everywhere. I've never seen that
Shows
dude
up.
not racing everywhere. Um, so my first question that's not about racing is if anybody who listens to this is in Turn 200's Discord, um, under miscellaneous chats on the very last one, there was one that randomly appeared one day, and Tommy's first comment on it was just a tag to Matt. Why do we have a page of gifts of Cookie Monster?
I'm so
Yes.
proud of this. I'm so happy that this happened. So, yeah, so what happened was they were like I feel like Matt Williamson was talking about like how like they were recruiting teammates for ASRL or something, and he said something like, yeah, like Schlosser, like jokingly, he was like, Schlosser doesn't want to be on the team anymore or something like that. And I tried to respond with a Cookie Monster gif of me of saying like, I'm sorry, like something like silly, but the channel wouldn't allow gifs, so it came through as like a stupid URL, and I like tried like 7 times, and just like they were like, we saw this whole like pathetic process of you like deleting and reposting, and it didn't work. And then I said something like, well, sorry, there's not a Cookie Monster gift channel. I just posted there, like jokingly. And then like 15 seconds later, Tommy's creating it, and now it's like going strong. I think the number one posted one is that Big Bird one, though. You know, that family friendly one with Cookie Monster
So
and Big Bird.
that channel opened at 1:33 p.m. on the 25th of October. It took my dumbass until 2:02 that same day to post the one you were talking about, and I literally wrote underneath it, so this channel's closed now, right?
That has to be one of the most disturbing gifts I think I've seen in a
Up
long
there,
time.
man.
It's oh
Up
god,
there.
that's disturbing.
Oh man.
That's
But yeah, that's
definitely
probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen just pop up out of nowhere without trying to look around for a context. Also, um, I don't know if you go to a lot of casinos, but are you the only one who bets on Green Zero? Because not a lot of
Yeah,
people do.
yeah, probably the only one. So it's like my friend and I have this joke about like, well, you know, they only like put zero on there to like pump up their margins because over time, like
For odds, it's
that's
definitely
how
for
they
the
make
house odds.
money. Yeah.
Yep.
So we were like, we should just always bet on zero and take the money back from them. Like joking. Obviously that doesn't work, but you know, it's like
Right.
with banana bucks, it's fun to just do it endlessly because you know there's no repercussions. But although
I
it did hit that
still
one time, it did hit
right.
for
You
me
hit it
one time.
once. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like
Once.
top
Every time
five.
I see it,
Yeah, I'm like top 5 in the banana bucks now because of that one hit. So I'm actually doing pretty good.
holy shit. I always
yeah,
forget the
it
banana
was,
bucks are a thing. That's one of the most. I think that's one of the most electric Discord things there is around. Honestly,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. It's funny at the end of the day because I should have the day of the 24. I think you put out a bounty. You wanted like 100 grand or something for you were taking Trackhouse in the GT3 against the field, and I sat there for 10 minutes going, "There's no way that team's actually gonna win. No, they can't rig that bad. I should take it." And then it starts, and about 12 hours later, they never got higher than like they were third on cycles a couple times. I was like, damn it,
Yeah.
should have
Well, the
taken
bet,
that.
so maybe I worded it wrong, but the bet was like you pick a car, I pick a car, and whoever's higher takes
Oh,
it.
okay,
So if your guy finished 18th and Trackhouse was 20th, you still would have
right,
won. But
yeah.
yeah, I probably would have lost. So that would have been my hard-earned banana bucks down the drain.
You needed another zero hit after that,
Yeah, you can't rely on those for either.
right?
what's your favorite way to make banana bucks? I try to rob Zittle all the time, and it never works. I usually get in
Never
trouble.
works.
Yeah, I've tried to rob it. It doesn't work. The crime one is always funny when it actually works. It's just funny to do work and see what the like descriptions are, because sometimes it's like something actually like it's like, oh, you like were a janitor for the day. It's like something socially responsible, and then the next one is like something like totally ridiculous. I don't know who thinks of that stuff.
Let's see. There's one from our very own Kyle Zittle. He got told you work as an unbelievable bot developer and earn 47 bananas. Also, I would like to point out that is reply number 69. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it is.
Brody got one where he worked as a bounty hunter.
Yeah, a bounty. I've seen a serial wife or a serial bride killer.
Jesus. A director of sandbags. That sounds about like top. Yeah, there's some good ones. There was no good ones that were like right at the front. I'm not scrolling too much to go find them, but yeah, Turn 200's Discord is incredible, and they are also one of the sponsors of the podcast. Wherever I put the graphic, somewhere around here.
Oh boy.
Shout out Turn 200 for being one of our loyal sponsors. Zittle, you got anything else you want to ask Matt? I think we know about Matt pretty well now. I think we're best friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty close. Pretty much. Best friends. Oh, I have one. If you don't have one,
go ahead.
What is Old Mother? Are you a part of it? Do you own it? What is it?
Old Mother is a brewery. I do not own it. I am a frequent customer. And I talked to the management there I like showed them a picture of a car I painted, and I was like, do you care if I like race, like, because some people are like picky about their like logos and stuff, and I was like I race on like sim racing leagues, and sometimes it's on YouTube, and like I just want to make sure you're like cool. And they're like, yeah, that's awesome, that's great. And I was hoping they would be like, also here's like a free case of beer, but that part didn't happen.
You should have been like, I'll run this for a whole season if you give me a free case of beer, and I will leave you alone.
Yeah,
that would have been legendary. I think you're like one of the few people that has an actual sponsor, like, or has talked to a place and like they've been like, yeah, that's fine, because like I know I've thought about like emailing Fago, but I know they're gonna email me back and be like, fuck off, or don't run our stuff because you say stupid shit in interviews, which is valid. But like Garrett, I think Garrett's the only other one that runs runs companies that actually sponsor him.
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody else.
Brody's stuff. Other than that, Brody's stuff outside of that Lamborghini truck he runs might actually be his race stuff.
Oh, like the stuff that Corey paints for him. I think that's Josh Rutherford's music stuff.
That too.
Oh, is there other stuff?
I think there's some stuff on it that is his racing stuff. He might elaborate better on it, obviously.
Yeah, we should have him on sometime too. I think that'd be kind of neat. First interview with an actual
Steve
driver. Oh no shit. Yeah, duh. Yeah. Sorry, Steve. I'm getting that jar of honey this year, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows that or not, but been saying it for 3 years now.
Zittle got it last year. Did you eat some?
Oh, I did. It's fantastic.
Thanks for reminding me, Matt. I'm gonna cry now. Zittle, I think you were coming up with a question, and then I cut you off because I'm an asshole. But
just going through, just looking at Matt's stats as a member of Venom. 42 starts, an average start of 8.6, an average finish of 9.4. His 2 official wins at Road America and Watkins Glen, and his unofficial win at the Clash were him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Garrett, myself, and Brantley Gainey were about in a square crossing the line. None of us could get past each other, or we side drafted the hell out of each other and just stayed as close together as humanly possible. A lot of seconds, a lot of third, a lot of top fives, a lot of top tens. Any race off the top of your head stick out to you as one that's really memorable?
Like for my performance, or just in general?
Just in general, both. Yeah.
Road America was, I really, that was a satisfying win because I kind of like controlled the race. The Watkins Glen win, I don't know if people remember how that went down, but like Brody Gunter had like a 30-second lead and something, I forget, he got like
He
in some type of,
he ran in the back of Michael Dean is what happened. Going through the carousel,
yeah.
cleaned them both out. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that was like his race. I remember you, John, were fast and you had some type of mishap. Like that could have been your race too.
Yeah.
Nathan Reynolds' pedals like malfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was probably going to be like fourth at best in that race, and like it just all kind of fell my way. So it felt good to go to Road America and then kind of like lead the race and be like, all right, nothing fluky here happened. Like I kind of like did a good job, but um, also
Yeah.
Indianapolis was like if it wasn't for Hunter Engrave, I would have won that one. Like, but you know that would have been cool. I know it's obviously a simulation, but winning at Indy would have been pretty freaking cool.
Right.
But
They need
yeah,
to climb the fence button at Indy, like where your
yeah,
fucking person will get out and start climbing the fence. That would be, that'd be sick. You know, I got the Tony Stewart thing over there somewhere. He did it. I think it'd be pretty awesome. Yeah,
What's funny is those 3 races you bring up. Watkins Glen, average running position 1.8. Road America, average running position 1.5. Indianapolis finishing second, average running position 1.7.
Yeah,
Oh,
that Indy race was a lot of fun. That
it was.
You were on fucking rails, dude. That was like insane. I was like,
The trucks run there surprisingly well.
I wouldn't mind going back. Like that's a place I thought I was gonna hate, and I genuinely would not mind going back in season 10. That's next season, right? We're season 8, right?
It is.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So what happened in that Watkins Glen race? I think you drove away from me early. I think you had really good pace early in that race, and then I think I caught you, if I remember correctly. And then
I think so. Yeah,
I was gonna be too close on gas to be comfortable. So I was gonna 2-stop, and I busted my ass into the first corner of the boot, and I went back and watched it, and I braked like half a truck too late, and it just killed me. Ended up backwards, spun back around. It was a mess. But yeah, that sucked. That was fun. That's another track. That's another track I wouldn't mind doing again.
Yeah, road courses, right?
Yeah. Bathurst was another one that that was a lot of fun. We raced around each other a little bit there. Busted my ass there too. That was kind of funny. Going down into
that was another P2 for me to Hunter, which I consider those like partial wins, like wins in class if you finish second to Hunter.
Like GT3s versus a GTP.
Yeah.
I won my race, damn it. That's all that matters. Yeah, it was funny when you said that, because Hunter's a nice guy, but he's so fast. And when you said that, you're like, yeah, you know, another P2 to Hunter. I was like, yeah, I said that a lot last year too. Said that a lot last season. I was like, he's freaking good. And you're right. I think that's a good way to look at it. You know, finishing second to him, hell, that's a win. That's good enough.
I mean, he had the road courses covered. I mean, on the ovals though, like he had good days, but he also, you know, I mean, the amount of talent on ovals in Venom is, I mean, I've become such a better oval racer just racing with you guys and learning so much, like some of the racecraft and tire management and whatnot is so stuff you don't even think about until you start racing around people who do it well, and you're like, I have to learn this, or I will get my ass kicked every time.
I was just gonna say that I think we talked once after a race, and you said something along the lines of I can't save tire like you guys, and I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, man, he is fucking fast everywhere. I go, if he, and I can't remember who I said it back to, but I said, man, if he learns how to save tire, he'll kick all of our asses everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always the same thing. I thought I've noticed that you've learned how to save more tire, because even in the beginning of races, back when you said that, I would go, well, there's Schlosser. there he goes. I'll see him in about 15 laps because I know he's burning his stuff out. But now, I mean, even last week at Auto Club, I think we were all of us in that little group were kind of pushing really hard to the point where none of us were going to have tire at the end anyway. But I kept looking back in my mirror and I saw you there and I go, if he saved an ounce of tire, he's going to blow by me. But yeah, knowing that you're getting better at that is, I mean, that should be scary to a whole lot of people because you are fast everywhere.
I don't know how much better I'm getting because I was talking to John about it after Auto Club, and I was saying like, man, I just can't. I'm always on one side of the line. Like I either shred the tires or I don't. Like at Las Vegas, I restarted in the lead, and I was like, all right, I need to save a little bit because if I just go all out, I will burn them up. And I slipped back to like sixth, and then I just couldn't get back up there. Like Luke Peterson crushed it. Like he perfect execution on that race. And like it's hard. I mean, I don't know what you have to do to like sometimes you just hit it because the way you're driving is just good for that track and that set. Sometimes you just miss it because you're competitive and you're pushing a little harder and then you just screw yourself doing that.
Yeah, I think it was interesting when you first joined because I was like, damn, this guy's like Zitto said, like he's fast. Like you qualify in front of me, and I was like, shit, what's gonna happen? And then I'd end up working my way around you like through a pit cycle or whatever. And I usually think I think I undercut you a bunch. I undercut everybody, honestly. But like I don't like think I actually passed you on track. I was always like I'd like pit and pass a bunch of people or whatever. And I was like, where did he end up? Because like your qualifying was so good. But yeah, this season, especially this season, because like I said, I feel like yeah, I was gonna say every race except for like Daytona, I think we have ended up around each other for usually an extended period of time. Like Auto Club, we were around each other a lot. Freaking Kern, we were side by side for so long. So like throughout the race, you said 40 or 50 laps, and I think you're 100% right. Like throughout that whole race, like you're probably right. And like Vegas, I was starting to catch you, and things happened. Not so good for me, but it has been really cool to see your evolution as a racer. I think that was really good one, Kyle. Good job. You deserve a promotion.
Oh, thanks.
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate.
Almost like I went to school to be a journalist.
Something like that.
I appreciate the kind words, and likewise, I love racing around both of you guys in any league. You do truck 200 and ASRL sometimes, and it's always awesome racing around you guys. And I've learned a ton, like I said, just pretty much everyone in the league. Like you race around them, you learn something that you can apply to what you're doing because everyone is just so competitive and like there's a lot of skill, a lot of experience. Like it's just really cool to gain experience racing in Venom and really just all kinds of different leagues,
Yeah, I
was going to say, trying to find your stats for just Venom on SimRacer Hub. When you click on series, there's a lot of them. I was like, where the hell is Venom on here?
He's a busy man.
Very open wheel road, or street or sports cars, cup cars, trucks, Xfinities, everything, man. There's everything on here.
And it's funny, I left out the fact, it's funny you brought up Turn 200, because at freaking Myrtle Beach, we were by each other a ton, too, before I had to go. I was like, man, I just can't shake this damn guy. And you know what? I hope I don't have to, because I love racing. It's a blast.
Thanks, man. Likewise.
Yeah. As long as you don't run me in the wall again off 4, we'll be good.
Run him into the wall again off 4.
No, that was my own fault. That was my own fault. I already told him that.
I felt so bad in season 7, I think it was. I wrecked you at Martinsville. We were both up front. I don't know if you remember that one.
I do. I was so confused. I was like, "Holy shit, what is happening?" It's like I'm backwards.
Yeah.
It happened quick. Like I went in the corner and I braked. I think somebody checked up in front of me. I was on the top, and then the next thing I know, I was like backwards sliding into the corner, and I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like, how did I get here? Like, what happened? And somebody goes, "Wow, Matt just kind of ran you over," and I was like, "No, I don't think he ran me over. I think I just happened to be there. Like, I think that was just like a whole freaking mess." I was like, "Wow, I got turned around quick," and then I ended up near Matt again in the race, and I like tried to stay away from him because I'm like, I don't want him to think I'm gonna murder him because he freaking hit me a little bit. I was like, this, yeah, because I think you messaged me. I was like, he feels bad. Like, I get it. It's like, but man, I was like, this just happened so quick. I didn't even know what happened. Somebody could have said that I just looped it going into 4, and I'd have been like, or 3 and 4, and I'd have been like, yeah, probably. That's probably what happened.
Yeah,
Oh, another thing of while we're stroking each other's egos, you pushed me to win the charity race.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was so cool. That was and Luke Peterson facilitated that because he told you I was coming, and being a silent racer with no communication, yeah, I just hope I would do it, and luckily I did.
I didn't realize it was
That's
Matt
true,
that
dude.
pushed. I didn't realize that. That's cool. Now that I think back, I definitely remember on the broadcast they were like, "It's Venom versus NASCAR," and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking cool! Like that's so cool." So well, I guess you know.
The thing of why you don't talk during races is that mostly just for concentration purpose.
Yeah, it's just kind of what I do. Like I know it's kind of like a abnormal thing, but I just kind of like to be in the zone, and I don't know. I'm sure it confuses people sometimes because they like don't understand why I'm not responding or whatever. But luckily,
No, it makes total sense.
I got scared at first. I think I bumped into you or something. Oh, that was another place, Volusia. We were by each other in the whole freaking heat race. And I almost killed you like 3 times. And I was like, well, I would say sorry, but he doesn't have a microphone, so I'll just message him after the race. It's fine. Where was it? It was somewhere early in the season. Like I almost like wiped you out or something. And I tried to like say sorry, and you didn't respond. And I was like, oh shit, like he's pissed. And then you messaged me after the race. You're like, yeah, I just don't talk. I was like, oh, that's fair. On the other hand, Ziddle has to deal with me, and I don't shut the fuck up. So that's it's a balance.
It's a very delicate
one.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, it's delicate balance. I wish I could shut up. I'm just looking through race results. We should probably do that at some point, but
where are these questions at?
I have them typed up over here. Do we want to do?
Let's do those.
We want to do questions. We'll do. Okay,
let's do questions.
Questions from the crowd. I'll come up with a cool name for it at some point. Something I wanted to talk to you about in private, but I'll talk about it here. I would like to come up with a list of questions. A podcast I used to listen to that doesn't exist anymore used to do it. They had like 5 or 10 questions they would ask every guest that came on the show, and it was the same 5 or 10 questions, and we should come up with our own list to do. That's kind of comedic, funny.
That would be a good idea.
So we'll start obviously at number 1. Who is the smallest Venom Truck Series driver? I have my answer.
I have no idea.
Just take a guess. Who do you think the smallest is?
You read that wrong. It says smelliest.
Does it? Smallest.
Yes.
Too. I have an answer. I have an answer for that too. Does it really say smelliest?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, you can't read.
I swear.
Oh wait, am I right?
Shut the fuck up. Where is it? The cars are in the way.
Well, the smallest by height is probably Brody because he's the youngest.
No, I'm going with Luke.
The smallest by weight is Luke because he's a number 2 pencil. He's not going to be mad about. He's not going to be mad about that because that's literally what we call him.
My dyslexia kicked in. The I and the E looked like an A.
No, that's not
Oh.
dyslexia. That's illiteracy.
I don't know what happened with the other E. Whatever. Who cares? Luke's the smallest. Zittle's the smelliest. Smells like cheese.
Yeah, you got it.
Only because you're from Wisconsin.
Someone in this room lives in Ohio.
Fuck you. How about that?
Anyway,
Matt, any guesses?
I don't know. Sometimes when someone's on car inside and you see them, you're like, man, they're like sweating. Like, I bet you they're probably smelly right now. But other than that, I don't know. I have no educated guess. But if I have to guess, I don't know. Maybe Cole. I don't know. Cole Maxwell. Because of all the Tecate and other stuff. I don't know.
Other stuff. Yeah. Valid answer. That's a good answer. Jeremy McKinnon would be a close second for me. He smells like maple syrup.
Maple syrup smells delicious.
Well, he didn't say the bad smelliest. He just said the smelliest. I didn't say cheese was a bad smell. You smell like cheese. Why is John K? I don't know. I just am.
How about we just read the ones that are actual real good questions, not the ones that say.
I wrote down all the questions. Okay. Well, not all the questions. I skipped Brody's question. What would we do on Tuesday nights if we didn't have Venom?
Running officials.
Start a league.
Right, start a league. Run the Venom truck series.
Run a different truck series on Tuesday nights.
Right.
What's everybody's favorite track? I feel like we've had this one before, but not with Matt. So I'm curious because Matt's very broad, expansive experience.
I'm gonna go favorite of each type of track, and then like the 4 categories. Good. My favorite road course is Summit Point, and that's because it's actually the closest one to me geographically, because I'm in Western Maryland and it's in West Virginia. And it's also a cool track. Like, I just kind of like it. For an oval, I do really like Pocono. Pocono's kind of up there for me. For a dirt track, I love Volusia. That's why I sponsored it for Truck 200. And then, I don't know, you got to pick like Wild West for the dirt road track. That's like the Daytona of dirt road tracks, I feel like.
Is that the free one?
Yeah. That's the other reason why it's my favorite. It cost me $0.
That's such a good answer. You're my kind of guy. If it's free, it's free, and free is good. Zittle, what's your favorite track? Daytona.
Daytona, Talladega, Pocono, Nashville Super Speedway, Auto Club, Michigan, Indy, Bristol, Road America if I don't have to run it in a truck.
That was fun. I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, it wasn't. No road course is fun in a truck.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Shut the fuck.
I should be able to put the throttle down and go forward, not left, right, and then maybe sometimes forward. In a road car, I put the throttle down and I go forward. I don't know, Vegas. I have a lot of just generic answers, I guess, but the bigger tracks are my bread and butter. Auto Club, Michigan, the super speedways. And then winning at Bristol was a surprise. But
I was about to say Bristol's got to be up there.
I do like running Bristol. But yeah,
I think
pretty much those.
I think if I say enough times I'm going to win that race, I'll eventually win it. I won't have to.
Or you could do like me and never say you're going to win it. And then
no, that's not how it works. You speak the shit into existence. My favorite track, this is going to shock nobody. Darlington, Wilkesboro. Those two are pretty good. It's hard to pick a favorite between those two. It's like having 2 kids. Everybody says you can't pick a favorite kid. Well, guess what? I don't know. I'm not going to pick a favorite between those two. Rockingham's one that's actually kind of grown on me. He used to not be very good at Rockingham, and yeah, I should have run the Xfinity cars last week when they were there for the official. That would have been kind of fun, but I didn't because it would have been a mess. Dirt track, probably Eldora's an obvious one. Shit over there. But Fairbury's another one. I joked to Tom, made that joke to Tommy earlier, but I actually really like running that place, especially in the midgets. That's a fun track. What's it?
You ever run I-55?
I have. I enjoy I-55 too. I haven't like run a race there because I'm scared to run dirt races because I just don't want to. I'm not scared to like do bad. I know I'm gonna do bad. I'm more worried about just fucking wiping people out, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to put up with it. So I don't race enough dirt. But I-55 is a blast. I remember, pretty sure I bought that when it came out, and me and Brandon Vire spent like the whole night running super late models there. It was a blast.
Yeah, a cool track.
Yeah, that was a good one. I forgot about that. I forgot how much I like that place. Lernerville is not one of my favorite tracks, but it's a fun track. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Lernerville's an experience.
That's the one with no wall.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just
I mix that and Lima Land up sometimes. They're just both L tracks, and I
yeah.
like forget which one is which.
Lima Land apparently sucks in real life. I met a guy who like worked there or like worked around there, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a shithole." I was like, "Oh, that sucks." Least favorite track.
I hate Kentucky, New Kentucky.
I hated the setup when we were there last time. That sucked.
I've raced it in Xfinities, Next Gens, and trucks, and I hated all three. So maybe it was three bad setups, but maybe it's just the common denominator.
I'm gonna say Zittles is probably Myrtle Beach.
No, I like Myrtle Beach.
Kern County.
I like Kern County.
You didn't the other night. You didn't like either of those.
Well, yeah. I don't know. A least favorite track. I don't know. I think when I go into looking at like a schedule and stuff like that, I don't really think about what's my least favorite. I think about what a place I need to do better at or practice more at to be better.
Any road course. That should be.
Yeah, road courses.
That's what you should have just said. We all know it.
No, road courses and dirt tracks. Dirt tracks that aren't with dirt cars. Dirt cars on dirt tracks, perfect. Not dirt cars on dirt tracks don't belong.
You disappoint me.
The dirt mini stock is fun as hell on dirt tracks. Have you guys tried the mini stock on dirt?
I've only tried the asphalt one, and I just spent the entire time drifting it.
I've tested the mini stock on dirt tracks.
Oh wait, no, I did. I tested it at Eldora because I got a Scott Bloomquist paint. I need to race that. Forgot that was a thing.
Those were sick. Was it all 8 of you guys on the 2 Alabama and Superkick that had Bloomquist paints last year? Because those were really cool.
Oh, it was me. It was me, Eric, and Paul.
Yeah,
we all had them. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. So actually, so obviously I started working at Eldora last year, and in June we run the Dirt Late Model Dream, and Scott Bloomquist was one of the like first 5 or 6 people there. His hauler and him were there, and he was like I was just driving around, obviously I'm a freaking gator, so I look, somewhat important, and he like stopped me and he's like, "Hey, do you know what time they're gonna open the gates?" I was like, "No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what time they're gonna open them." And I thought that was gonna be all it was. And we ended up having like a 15-minute conversation, and I was like, holy shit! 1, that's Scott Bloomquist, and 2, I was like, I just had a conversation with him. I was like, that's cool. Like I'm gonna be a fan for a long time, and then obviously, tragically passed away like 2 weeks before the World 100 or something like that. So, yeah, that was It was cool to be able to do something nice like that for, I mean, a megastar really, like in the dirt stuff. He's basically Kyle Busch. You either loved him or hated him, but you respected, you respect the hell out of him. And yeah, that was really cool to get to do that at Pocono. I actually ran that scheme another time too. It actually like brought me some good luck. I actually ran pretty good in that scheme when I needed to too. I was kind of struggling.
I get superstitious with my paint schemes too. I don't know about you guys, but like I'll put like a decal on and then I'll run like 17th and I'll be like, that's not going to be on this truck anymore. Like no more
What
of that.
was it, your first season or was it last season where you literally you started running like a Toyota? You ran like a red Toyota or something like that, and you were like, "I'm retiring that for this white Chevy," and you instantly
Yep.
started running better. And I was like, "That's fucking hilarious."
Yep.
Yeah, that was season 7. I remember that. Yeah, I switched. I like switched paint schemes, and I at the time, yeah, I don't know why I switched to Toyota, but it just wasn't. I like wrecked 3 weeks in a row. I was like, that's it. No,
I'm
like you're
done.
out.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
we're going back.
I'm
Yeah,
the, I'm the exact same way. I told John the same thing. I said I have 3 paint schemes for this so far for this season. I'm already not running one of them because I ran them twice and I've had shit races in both of them in that paint. Not running it again.
I have
Yeah,
this. I have the same paint scheme. It's just different colors, and I don't think I'm going to run it the rest of the season either. It's been kind of shit. Shit luck. I've had pretty good luck the last 2 weeks, thankfully. But
I liked
yeah.
yours from Auto Club with the yellow, white, and black. That was nice.
Oh, the
The
the old smoky one. Yeah, that was
yeah, that was a good
so.
one.
I ran that truck initially like season. That would have been season 3 because I was in the 2 at that point. And me, Garrett, and Paul all wrecked together at Auto Club. We net coded together, and I wrecked Paul and Garrett all in one fell swoop, and I ended up finishing the race. But I was like, yeah, sure, this will be good luck to bring back here. Like maybe we'll get some good luck rolling with it. I finished 10th, but still, I hate that place. That is one of my least favorite tracks, and I'm sorry to say it, but Pocono is too. I don't like Pocono. I don't know why. What track do you win at the most?
Um, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like I speaking for me, like I can tell you that short tracks are like more common than like bigger ovals, but I don't know if there's an individual track that I can say I have like the most wins at. Kind of like spread out.
We already know your answer. Do you want to answer?
No, because it's also not the question. Question is, what track do you want to win at the most?
That's close enough. What track
No,
do
it
you?
isn't.
What do you win at the
No
most?
matter what track do you want to win at the most?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I would love to win that Bristol race. I feel like that's the most popular answer. But like, there's just some like you guys have done such a cool job making that like the crown jewel of the series. Like, it's just I was like I was nervous. I was like just running 5th last year. And I was like, man, there's a chance I could get up there. I'm not sure. Like I was getting like nervous about how cool it would be to win. So like that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
What do
it's
you? What?
been cool that we took that inspiration just from meeting up there that first time, and then kind
Yeah.
of just turning into hey, we can make our own little video with music in it and do it that way, and make this way more special than any other race.
I mean, it
You
started
can
out more special. It's been a special. Like I think Steve's been giving people honey for the win since like
Yeah,
season 2 at least.
yeah,
So it's been a thing. The whole thing.
yeah, it's like I feel like everyone steps up too. Like Bristol can usually be like a 20 caution race, but like everyone's kind of like up a level at Bristol. It feels like everyone's, I mean, just trying to give it everything they've got.
My answer is actually Nashville Super Speedway.
It's a good one
I
too.
feel like I run pretty well there enough to win. And there's here there to win would be cool.
Yeah, I mean Matt has the right answer. It's Bristol. Nashville's another good one though. I've had a very weird like history with Nashville Super Speedway, so that'd be one that'd be cool to win, just because like for those that don't know, Nashville started a lot of stuff um, in my little career arc, I guess if you want to call it that. It sounds really dumb saying it like that, but um, making sure I've got this correct. Yeah, Nashville happened the week before Bristol, and I think up to that point, Nashville was probably the race I honestly put the most work into. And then I got wrecked, and I like faked a disappearance, which that's kind of my thing. And then ended up leading a bunch of laps at Bristol the next season, and some unfortunate events happened, and Andy ended up winning, which is okay. But yeah, Bristol's the one. Bristol's. I mean, it's just like come close at like plate tracks. Like Talladega would be a cool one to win at, just because I've been close a couple times. But and like Alabama gang, obviously, like that was kind of like yeah. I think if anybody says they don't want to win Bristol, they're fucking nuts. So
I also just want to win on an oval. I've got 2 road course wins, and I want to like get that first oval win too.
I think it's coming. You had a lot of speed at Kern. I was like, man, if somebody messes up here, like Hayden or Brody, if one of them like makes a mistake, like Schlosser might run away with this fucking thing. He's so fast. And then I got lucky on tires and ended up being on the right side of it. But
yeah, Hayden had that cover. He was good.
Yeah, that was fun to watch from second place, third place at times, I guess. I was not driving very well, which made it a little less enjoyable for me, but always good to see a teammate win. Just like I've never been so happy to be wrecked out of a race when Luke won Vegas, even though it kind of came at your expense. But that was pretty cool. Wrestler entrance theme. What would you use for a wrestler entrance theme? I've been thinking about this for like 2 hours.
I just end up stealing Triple H's The Game by Motorhead.
You're a fucking loser.
No.
I hate you.
You're welcome.
Terrible.
Man, I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't have the most wrestling knowledge, so I'm not sure who all the themes everyone's got.
Well, no, you can pick whatever song you want. It's whatever
I
you.
thought I had
It's
to pick,
what.
like,
No.
Maybe I would pick the like theme song from like the Daytona USA arcade game or something, or F-Zero. Zill, you like
there you
that?
go. Yep.
Yeah, the F-Zero song. Yeah, that was my Bristol intro last year.
Man, I don't know. There's so many good songs. There's a song called Rise. It was like a League of Legends song. I didn't play League of Legends, but I found the song randomly, and Peyton Parrish covered it. It's pretty sick. That'd be a pretty badass wrestling entrance theme. You wake up tomorrow and you've body swapped with another Venom Truck Series driver. Who do you wish to body swap with, and what is the first thing you would do?
Yeah, I don't know. Pass.
Garrett Rainey and just live his life. That's it.
I would body swap with Andy, and I would go buy him a real car, like a Camaro.
From his own dealership.
I get my paycheck from here. I'm going to spend my paycheck here. Venom Truck Series enters one car in the Daytona 500. Who's driving it? You have beat NASCAR drivers, my brother in Christ.
I still don't want to do it.
You're a fucking bitch.
If both of your answers are me, then my answer is Jeremy.
I'm chloroforming you and putting you in the car.
That's not going to do well. I'm passed out in front of the wheel. What am I supposed to do then?
No, by the time you wake up, we'll wake you up with some smelling salts. You'll be belted in and shit and ready to go. Bring back one Venom Truck Series driver who is no longer here. Who would it be? I don't know.
I think Jeff Langston needs to give you another lesson.
Honestly, that was who I was thinking. I do kind of miss racing with Jeff. I do feel bad because I'm pretty sure the last time I raced Jeff, I wrecked him. We wrecked at Darlington.
I don't think Matt's been around long enough to really know.
No,
Matt, a whole lot of former people.
Neither.
I've seen a few names that aren't like Flinky hasn't raced in a while, right? Does he still hope to, or is he kind of done?
Yeah, he said he's coming back at some point. So.
Yeah, I think he's here or there.
The dirt race. He's gonna race the dirt race.
Answer 1B is Michael Krall.
That is a good one. That would take divine intervention though. Krall would need
or surgery.
Yeah, new shoulders for Krall. Krall's still around though, so that's why I don't think of Krall being gone. He's still around. Jeff fell off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Built a house or some shit. Go head to head with one driver at any track. It has to be a close finish. Who are you racing? I really don't know. That's probably one of the best questions there is.
Honestly, I would love to go head to head with Hayden at Kern again because I felt like if it would have stayed green. Seriously, I was like, man, I feel like
it's a good
if it stayed green, I would just being competitive, wanting to rate. He probably beat me, but just being able to because I got really close to him a few times, but caution would come out, the restarts happen. It was one of those times I just wanted to go green to try to so I just wish I had that one back, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It was so hard to restart there if you weren't the leader.
Yeah. Luke at Auto Club.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Luke at Vegas. I would like to know how that would have played out if I hadn't wrecked. I don't think I would have beat him, but I'd have liked to have given him my best shot at the end of that thing. And I only got to run 20 laps, and it was the one time I actually was starting to enjoy Vegas. I was kind of pissed. Swap sim rigs with? That's kind of a tough one, too. I only
know one other person's sim rig.
Well, there's pictures in Discord you could have looked at.
That's true. But there's only one I've actually physically sat in.
That doesn't count.
I want to use John's magic controller. I want to use your magic controller.
It's right. You don't want to use
you don't want to use his Wizard of Oz pedals.
This is the no. That's my fucking wheel. This is the controller I used to win on a controller. Actually, pretty sure.
Yeah. Nathan's is pretty cool.
I would say anybody with an actual sim rig, I would probably swap
right. Locket's looking pretty sweet.
I don't have.
So does Monochecks.
I'd like to try VR. I've never tried VR. I'd swap for someone's VR to give that a go.
Yeah,
I'll try that.
If Andy wasn't so damn tiny, I'd probably pick Andy's. Andy runs VR. That'd be kind of sweet. He's got a whole cockpit set up. Yeah. I should post a picture of my sim rig. I haven't done it in a while. Everybody can look at my beautiful desk.
The one after that.
You can just give up and say Nathan's if you want. It's fine.
I did. I already said Nathan's. I was listening off other people's as I was looking at the pictures.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make a decision. Stacks does look good. I didn't realize I didn't look at pictures of this.
Yeah.
That is nice. I don't know. I like my the desk.
Blinky had Linky had a question at the end, which does sound pretty good. So the car we enter for the Daytona 500, who's in the pit crew? Who's the spotter? Who's the crew chief?
Well, I'm definitely not the crew chief or the spotter. I'll be the gas man. I lift heavy shit up all the time, so I'll be the
There
gas
you
man.
go. All right, we got a gas man.
It's an important job.
Out of my own, there you go. All right, we got a jack man. Out of my own personal experience, Luke is 100% the spotter.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say something else. And since I'm not driving, I'm gonna do this. Be like, no, bitch, you're driving.
Apparently, I'm driving.
You're driving. We're gonna enter a second car in so Jeremy can bump draft you, so you both can drive. I think Luke's a good pick for spotter. We need tire carriers. Nathan can probably crew chief.
Yeah, Nathan.
Are we going to get to the first pit stop at all anyway, though? Like, are we going to even need our pit crew, or are we?
We're in the first. We're in the first one. Nose first.
As long as Zittle doesn't fucking pull a Chandler Smith, we should be okay.
Oh man,
who would be? What do we need? We need tire changers. We got a jack man, gas man, spotter, driver, crew chief.
We need tire carriers and tire changers.
Jeremy's got to be a tire carrier. Actually, you know what? Jeremy can be a tire carrier. He's got and Jan's skinny and tiny and athletic.
So we're not just gonna Morgan Shepherd this thing and somebody gets out and does half the work themselves.
You're the one driving. No, you're staying in the fucking car.
What race was that he did that? Got out and just started. He jacked the car up himself.
Tommy can be our social media guy, and Matt. They can just be our social media guys.
We'll find a whole bunch of people on the streets.
Andy should be one of the air gun guys because he works in a garage. Close enough.
Hey, see.
Yeah. That's all I got. I don't know. That's close. We're close enough. You can only have what? You can only have 6 guys over the wall. I think that's.
It's 5. Is it 5 or 6?
I think it's 5. No, 1, 4, 5, 6. It is 6. Jackman, a carrier, and a changer, and the gas man.
All right.
Well, you know what? I changed my answer. I want to be the guy who does the windshield squeegee from on the other side of the wall. It's like the long pole, you know.
See, we have
the bottle out over the.
Yeah,
that's a good job. The only problem is if I end up being the gas man and we have to make like a wedge adjustment or something, I am gonna fuck it up. I can tell you 100%. I'm gonna forget which way I'm supposed to turn that thing. I'm wrenching there and fucking one turn. We're good, boss. Kyle's gonna go out there and be like, God damn, this thing's tight as shit. And I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, I went the wrong way.
And the windshield squeegee is going to be on the hood of his car because he's going to drive away and pull it out of my hand, and then I'll
waving.
Yeah,
be like that time Logano dragged the jack halfway around the racetrack. Oh god.
The team Venom entry has made 4 straight pit stops. They can't seem to leave their pit stall without changing the wedge the wrong way, dragging something out of the box. NASCAR is just going to park them.
We should definitely cheat the car up though. I think we should put
hell yeah.
in,
if we ain't cheating, we ain't trying.
Yeah.
Hell yes. We're gonna make it happen.
There is buckshot in that roll cage. Yeah. There's extra fuel.
All right, everybody start the GoFundMe. We're gonna put a Venom Truck Series car in the race, and we're fucking racing that shit. Well, you asked Matt it earlier. Zittle, what's your most memorable Venom race? Probably Bristol, yeah, if I had to guess. Or one of the
Bristol's up there, and then it always comes back to the first one at Daytona that I won. That was just super special because I know the running joke along with a lot of people, was I had half the league in one Discord, and we were all pushing each other and leading each other. And while that is true, somebody was out in front, and I just happened to have Paul behind me, and Paul had already won the season beforehand, and Paul, being the person that he is, said, "Start on the top, take off, move down, and I'm not going anywhere." And that's exactly what happened. I started on the top, took off, moved down in front of him, and he shoved me all the way around. There were Nathan and David Fay were on the very top at one point on the last lap, and I think Andy was getting a push from somebody, and I know Andy said, "Well, if I had a chance, I would have tried to pass you." And I said, "I would have thrown the block of the decade to beat you."
Like a Michael
Nobody
McDowell.
was passing me. Oh,
Michael
yeah.
McDowell
It would have been
at
all the way to the
Talladega
top,
last
all the
year.
way to the bottom, wrecking myself. It didn't matter. But yeah, just getting pushed all the way around was pretty sweet.
I wonder who started that joke about you having half the Discord in with you to help you win.
I don't know. It feels like somebody who was real salty about almost running out of gas.
I almost ran out of gas.
Yes. You and Garrett pit with like 3 to go, with like 5 to go.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. I mean, I wasn't salty. I was honestly, I wasn't gonna win the race anyways. I suck at Daytona. Most memorable Venom race, tie. Kentucky and Bristol, like season 2. Kind of started the whole deal. Bristol being like, "Oh yeah, I can hang with these guys." Shout out my team owner and Carson Mitchell, fucking me over. I'd have a fucking jar of honey, all right. I'd be a lot happier. Whatever. This season, it's gonna happen. This season, calling my shot. Works out so well for race car drivers that do that. Denny.
Matt, what are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
Winning an oval.
I would love to win an oval. I'm looking forward to Bristol Dirt. That's gonna be cool. Do we don't go to Indianapolis again, do we? I don't think so.
That better change for next season. We better go there.
Daytona Road Course, I'm pretty excited for. That's gonna be cool.
That is pretty cool. I like that made it in there, and I like that we're gonna run the regular old front stretch going 190 miles an hour into a very hard braking zone.
Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome.
That's great. That's so great because the NASCAR chicane sucks. I don't know if you guys have done that chicane.
Sucks. We did
NASCAR layout. It's the clunkiest, most annoying thing. I'm so glad we're not doing that.
Those curbs on that thing are so fucking hot.
They're evil.
Oh my god. I think, I'm gonna call my shot for Matt. I think Matt Schlosser is gonna get an oval win this season.
At North Wilkesboro.
Oh hell no. I'll do some dirty things to win at Wilkesboro. No, I'm just kidding. Shut the fuck up. Actually, it's gonna be the week before. I think Matt Schlosser is gonna win at Charlotte.
I do like Charlotte. Charlotte's kind of like, that's definitely my favorite mile and a half. It's a little bit different than the others.
Yeah.
I think I ran 3rd or 4th last season at Charlotte, so I would hope to be able to duplicate that.
Yeah, I think Hunter, well, I know Hunter won it. I finished 2nd, and then I'm pretty sure it was Tyler Logan and then you. And I felt like I saw you. I felt like I saw you all race long. So I'm calling my shot there. That's where Matt Schlosser is going to get his first career Venom win on an oval, is at Charlotte. I almost really messed that up. Zittel, what are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
Definitely Michigan. I like Charlotte. I like this entire schedule. Everything about this schedule is it works really well. I think my yearly trip to Vegas, I'm missing the 24. So that kind of sucks, but not really, because I probably find a way to screw it up one way or another. But
yeah,
yeah,
you're missing Daytona.
yep. But other than that, I mean, I'm looking forward to the whole rest of the season. It's a pretty cool schedule. That long race at Rockingham's going to be something.
That's gonna be a good time. I'm looking after this week. I'm looking forward to the rest of the schedule. Only because I don't know why. There's a disconnect in my brain. I can't run the wall at Kansas. It's like the one place I can't. I don't know. Nashville Super Speedway, since nobody else said it. That's a good one. I'd like to win again. It's been a while. I haven't won since like Michigan last year, so yeah, we'll figure it out. I know that's
Yeah,
bad.
the All-Star race is going to be crazy. At Monza, turning Monza. That's
right
going to be
turning
something.
Monza.
How much did you pay Zach Lockett to get him to pick that?
I didn't pay him, but I think I might have floated the idea because he was like, I kind of want to do the super speedway. And I maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering, but I think I said like, what about Monza Oval? That's a super speedway. And he was like, all right. And then I think I might have said like, but do right instead of left. And he was like, all right. So here we go. We got right instead of left. I think you might have to ask him. I forget how that went down.
We're gonna have to get him on the pod at some point. We should do these more often.
Oh, Lord.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Neither do I. Matt, anything else you'd like to add, buddy?
Other than just thanks for having me. It's been really cool to talk with you guys and do the. Ever since I learned there was a podcast, I thought it would have been really cool to jump on and beat this pit and talk. So it's been awesome. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, I like I said, man, when you messaged me and you were like, hey, if you ever need somebody as like a backup, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Matt Schlosser, the dude that doesn't talk during races, wants to be on the podcast? Count me in. And then, yeah, we've been messaging more and more lately because we keep ending up around each other. And it's always like I said, it's always super respectful. And it was so funny when you messaged me and you're like, sorry about running you in the wall. And I was like, no, you didn't run me in the wall. I ran myself in the wall because I went up there, made a mistake. But so like I said, everybody was pushing really bad. I knew better. I was like, I might be able to get there. And then I started going. I was like, I should really back out. I was like, I'm not going to fucking make it. And then I hit the wall. And I was like, I knew it. You can ask Ziddle. I think I said something along the lines of, fucking dumbass. Me, not him. He's good. He's fine. I ran myself in the fucking wall. But yeah, no, I'm super glad you came on. I think this is going to be awesome. I think people are really going to enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, get fucked, honestly. This has been great. Matt's awesome. We're going to have you back on it. We'll have you back on at some point after that first oval win, maybe.
I hope so. Appreciate your vote of confidence in Charlotte.
When you win at Charlotte.
I appreciate the confidence.
I got you, brother. I got you. Ziddle, you got anything? I think I'm good. I've talked way too much. People are probably sick of hearing me by now. That's all we got. Shout out Motor Stardom. If you don't follow RJ on Instagram, you're missing out. He posted the Eric Jones win far before anybody else did. He also posted about the Parker. He's one of the first ones to post. So if you're not following Motor Stardom, make sure you do that. And then shout out Turn 200, both loyal sponsors of the podcast, even though I definitely may have bribed them to do it. But yeah, follow them on YouTube. Watch our sim races on Tuesday nights and all the other great stuff they do. And then, like I said, follow RJ on Instagram. Great NASCAR content. He got some really good interviews. Gosh, I feel like he talked to a lot of people. I kept seeing videos and videos and videos from RJ's Instagram. But yeah, so go follow him. Tell him that the Venomcast sent you. And yeah, we'll see you guys hopefully next week. I think I've got another guest lined up. So yeah. Thanks again for Matt for coming in. We should all do the thumbs up and then I'll use this as the thumbnail. Thumbs for thumbnail. Bye.
I don't know if it's snowing or if it's blowing off my roof.
Every Midwesterner's big question.
Right, like, is it still snowing, or is it just going off my roof?
Yeah,
Why do you have to have such a hard last name to say? I guarantee you I'll fuck it up like 3 times during recording. It's
you said it perfectly there, man. You said it perfectly. It's because it looks like school. It looks like the word school, and everyone will say like Schlosser, or they'll. And I get it. You know, like reading can be hard.
Matt Scoliosis in studio today.
Scoliosis.